of garbage laying around everywhere, abandoned automobiles all over the place. People gutting houses, mold, dust, and pollution makes it hard to breathe the air.
The Musicians Clinic, in my opinion, is one of the greatest things that God ever created. Johann and Bethany Bultman are the ones that got the Musicians Clinic started. They're the founders, the originators of it.
It took many people to actually put this together. And it was unique because there's nothing like it still in the United States. And we started it in 1998. And our goal was to create comprehensive health care to keep our world-famous musicians both alive and flourishing in New Orleans, where health care was very third world.
A lot of musicians out here, like myself, we just thank God for the Musicians Clinic.
The clinic has become far more crucial, I think, to the survival of people in New Orleans who are both musicians and they're in the tradition bearer communities like social aid and pleasure clubs, Mardi Gras Indians, because life is very, very, very hard. I know that there was an Indian recently who was displaced, and he was living in Houston. And one of our staff went over to see him. And he just kept begging to come home. And that poor old man was in one room in Houston, and he had nothing in that room but a folding chair and his Indian suit that he was spending every dime he got, and was sitting there with no TV, no radio, in one room, sewing his suit, just so that he could come back to New Orleans and parade. And that same Indian, later I ran into it when he was in New Orleans, and I said, I am so sorry, but you know, I just don't think New Orleans is a good place for you right now. And we'll get you a place in an assisted living facility, but it's just not healthy for you. And he got tears in his eyes, and he said, I'm not asking you to play God. I know I'm old, I know I'm gonna die, but let me die with some dignity. And if I die in New Orleans, I'll die with dignity because my family will have the greatest funeral for me as an Indian. And in Houston, I'm nobody. And it just broke my heart because I don't want to play God. I just want our community to get back together again. And putting older people at risk because it serves the good of the culture is very hard. It's a hard thing to do.